Beautiful, lovely gamers. My name is Jonal. Today we will talk about fake GM, and I'm not actually talking about boosted players. I'm not talking about players that are buying accounts, something like that. I'm talking about something that happens sometimes when I private coach people, when I work with people, and they seem to be essentially taking accounts. Trying to watch, they watch your streamers, they watch YouTube highlights of, Kabachi or a Fran or someone else is just, absolutely dumpstering on people. And then they try to bring those mechanics and what happens in those games into lower elos, such as platinum or gold or something like that, or diamond. And I want to talk a little bit about that because I call that fake GM. It's people that try to play as if it's a GM match, but it's not GM. And I want to kind of bring up an example on this. Of course, before we start, a like on the video helps against YouTube's abusive algorithm. I think that this is like a really good game to kind of show it on. So this is the Fran. He's playing Tracer on Hollywood defense. So he's going to take just this high ground, a little bit late from the fight, but whatever. And I want to show you guys how many quote-unquote mistakes are being made, how devastating these mistakes could be. And you need to understand when you're watching streamers and so, first of all, if they're streaming, they're streaming. So people like Kabachi is trolling, like he's playing for fun, and you can see that in some of his gameplay that he's not playing serious and he's trying cool plays and so on, and flashy plays. And sometimes he's doing 360s or even more than that, because he's such a mechanical good player. Number two, he is very mechanically good. He understands his mechanics, he understands his movement, and he's really fucking good. So when he is doing a play, there's far more nuance to it, and I want to kind of show you some of that nuance that he's doing when he's playing Tracer. So here, for example, he's playing, right? Okay, they're up there, whatever. He's going to drop from his high ground, burn one blink, drop from the high ground. Now he's going to wait here. Okay, the enemy team is going to go in. He's going to blink in and force his own recall. So this goes against, everything that, fundamentally is known as good Tracer play, right? He's on low ground as a Tracer player. So he's on low ground. The opposing team is pushing in. The enemy team is pushing in. He has burned his own recall. I'm just going to drop a Tracer token. It's so much easier. He's burned his recall already, so that's a 12-second cooldown right there. So that he no longer can use. He didn't get any kills. They are now down people, and because he burned his recall, he's now to a certain extent forced to play passive. He cannot take the same amount of duels due to his lack of sustain. And that's an issue, and this would specifically all be an issue, especially in lower elos. One, because the support structure of the supports are very different, and two, because Kabachi understands how to play Tracer, even without his recon. You can see this. So this was a very aggressive, what he essentially tried to do was to one-clip and probably try to headshot the Sigma and kill him since he was anti. He tried to capitalize on opportunity because mechanically, he could do that. There was a big chance that he could actually manage to do that. He didn't manage to, and therefore he recalled so he didn't die. He was very aware of why he was popping the recall. He was popping the recall to safely get out, so he didn't get one tap by the Doomfist. And now he's playing, right? He's trying to punish here. He rotates to the high ground. He has 2 blinks. He has 3 blinks. He sees the Sigma. There's 6 seconds on the cooldown, and I'm 100% sure he's tracking this cooldown. He's lost 2 players now. He knows he has to go aggro, but he also knows he needs to stay alive. And he knows those 2 effects, and he plays with those 2 effects, even though it's bad play. Okay, so he's just a little bit trading. He drops from his high ground here, right? Immediately losing that high ground control, right? Looking for the Widowmaker. So he goes from here and starts looking for the Widow. He just lost control over everything on the objective. He just lost control on fighting here. And he forced himself down to a low ground where he easily can take damage for the Moira and so on. And he's chasing and he's running after the Widow. And this is something that he is doing. He's doing this consciously. Well, in low elos, this is very easily punished. And you can see that this is a bad play, right? Losing high ground control, losing accessibility, and doing this to chase after somebody. But still, he's doing this because he wants to be active, he wants to look for picks, so that hopefully they can come back and retake or do something similar. So he's going to look for this Widow. He's got to find the Moira. He has forced a recall. He's going to run out, right? That's an early recall, and now again, he has burned the recall. He's 47%. He hasn't really done that much. Yeah, there's 3 pecks from the booking team. He hasn't really done that much. There hasn't really been any opportunities. He's still playing this very slowly, right? Because he understands retaking his own as a part, right? So, okay, now he's going to play behind the card, try to avoid some damage, going to get pushed by the Mora. Stuff like this. Notice how he's dodging, whatever. He trades a little bit. He blinks here, and notice how he stops here for a second. to build the next blink. He times the blinks and kind of use the car to dodge a little bit, and kind of use it a little bit as a cover, the side of the car, and then he blinks once more to get here. He kind of do a little bit of dodging, gets back to his Ana, who noticed that he's there, right, which wouldn't happen always in lower elos, and in most lower elos, most of your team would have been pushed out over here, right? So, and the chance of Ana's like in goal, for example, and Ana responding to a tracer that's blinking around and moving, the movement of a goal trace player not this good, and the accuracy of the Ana and the games in the Ana, the chance of you getting healed is very low. Okay, he's gonna happen here. There's gonna come a Doomfist. He's still trying to look for picks, right? So he's looking for picks, playing this aggressively, forcing out his own recall. Didn't get a pick again. So this is 3 recalls that have been burned out because he's tried to take opportunities, and he's taking opportunities because he knows his limits very, very well, and he's mechanically really, really good. Now he's building his pulse bomb. He's like, okay, I can't get picks. Continuously kiting, continuously running, and this is really good kiting. Like, he's a really good example of good kiting on a tracer. And then dies to his own pulse bomb. That's fine. Right, now the fight is lost, but he has been trying to build pulse bomb, get picks so that there can be retakes, because this is stuff that happens to GM. In gold, retakes doesn't happen in the same way. Retakes are normally, people just staggering onto the point, right? The amount of supports, the amount of tank plays that will be made there is not the same as what will be happening in GM. There's at least some form of response from higher elo rank games than in lower elo rank games. Now he's going to be playing here and just going to take the side. Very, very classic, right? Tracer flank. Probably thinking if you maybe can take high ground, that would of course be nice. But he also understand that standing on this lift for hours is going to be pretty bad. So now he, of course, is going to play a very, very normal. Let me see, can I get my draw tool up? Very, very normal pathing, right? You can play in here. You can play inside of here, right? To get access there, right? Get the access to alleyway. Make sure that they don't flank here. Of course, take high ground control, right? Which gives you access to here, and you can go from under and lower. Also can give you access to the balcony or like the rooftop here. Give you access to here, right? So you can play kind of the budget high grounds. And he is going to be playing majority of this side while his team is there. Let's watch how he does it, and let's watch stuff that he is doing that is theoretically bad, but he again still makes do with, right? So he's going to keep crouch spam, kind of looking for people, looking for the Widow. He finds the Widow, traces a little bit, runs away, didn't want to take that fight, continuously crouch spamming, right? Finds the Widow again, right? Trades, immortality field is dropped, he breaks the immortality field, goes for this thing, and he knows now why is he not getting punished by the opposing team, you might ask, right? Why is the Doomfist so on? Because his main group has engaged this. The fight is broken out. He's been looking for the Widow. He's been trying to sabotage, looking for people to deal damage to. He's playing it very slow, and by theory, he's not very active. He comes late into this fight, but he's chasing down one of the very important players, because Widowmakers are far more important in this elo than they are in gold, right? As some of these other picks can be very, very difficult to get. Right, he's going to get the kill onto the Widow, continuously blinking, keeping his distance, making sure that he's not dying, right? Trade on some kills here, farm on the Sigma, help kill secure, right? Mechanically, really good, right? Gonna kill Dogman, gonna BM Dogman, so I'm gonna try to skip that as much as possible. Thank you very much, Kabachi. Gonna go left here, and hide left, right? He's also gonna, do a really, like, almost like exposed. Like, this is like a really just like weird angle to hide in, because it's very spottable, and it's actually gonna get spotted. I'm not sure why he's hiding this in this angle, but he's hiding this angle. Gonna get pushed by both a Reaper and a Moira, right? He's gonna kite, right? He knows how to land his blinks. He's not playing into walls, right? And stuff like this, right? This is also again like where you would say this is kind of weird. First of all, the angle was weird that he had, and second, he takes this high ground. That's fine. Then he's up here. He immediately gets healed. Notice that, right? Does this happen in gold? No. Does it happen in blood? Most likely not. Does it happen in diamond? No. A lot of time it doesn't, right? He's immediately healed, right? But then that's something that's weird, right? He immediately just drops from the high ground. Why? Why would he drop from the high ground, right? Like, that's something that doesn't always make sense. He finds his Doomfist. He's trading a little bit with the Doomfist. Right, coming back in. Now he has Pulse Bomb. He goes for a kill. Right? He's constantly just running around. They're chasing him. There's a lot of these here that he has difficulty dealing with. And he's running around them, making sure they cannot hit him. Making himself very difficult to deal with. Going out of duels, such as Moira, can easily, trade really hard with him without him being able to do anything. The Reaper can very easily trade with him. He needs to watch out for the one-shottable, the killing potential of the Doomfist. He needs to watch out that, he can't really kill the Orisa as long as the Orisa has her Fortify up, right? Sigma can be very slow to kill, right? There's all these kills. Dogman has Immortality Field, right? There's all these kills that's real difficult for Trace to do. So what he's doing, he's constantly just doing these hit and runs, constantly pressure, looking for opportunities. But he's doing stuff that fundamentally, in lower elos, are really bad, giving high ground control, giving accessibility away from the opposing team, so you cannot punish mistakes. Because in lower elos, so a lot of these high ground controls and playing with this high control, there's also carries to higher elo games. But in this example, Kabachi's not playing it like that. He's playing here, playing these high grounds, having high ground control. Here gives you better angles, easier crossfire, right? He blinks back to his team, giving away that crossfire, right? For whatever reason that he has in his head, right? And if this is replicated in lower elos, that can be bad. Right here again, he tried to one mag the Baptiste, right? Forced his recall, now he doesn't have recall, right? And that forces him to disengage once more. He finds Sarissa and he's immediately active again, dodges the Reaper, trades more, forces out that. Gonna rotate here. Now he's actually gonna die to the Doomfist, which predict him, and he dies, right? And these are the plays that, again, it is something that if you see this being done in Platinum and so on, because they don't understand completely what's going through Kabachi's head, and I'm not sure what's going through Kabachi's head, I'm just guessing what he most likely is trying to do, because sometimes giving some of these high grounds and wasting away his recall, it's flashy plays, it's like these high mechanical, like, okay, let's see if I can get a 1 mag up, like here, like, right? Going in, trying to trade against somebody in a 1v5 situation to see if he can do it, right? Because it's flashy plays, it's good plays, looking for an opportunity, and in constantly doing this in low elos will most likely get you killed because you can't pull it off or just wait time and ability. And that's the difference between a high elo player and a low elo player, right? That he can do these things and he has this weird playstyle. Mimicking that in lower elos is a lot of time really bad. And I don't 100% agrees with some of these plays that's being made. But Kabachi has some form of idea, and there's a reason he's as good as he is. So some of these ideas are done just purely off what he knows of mechanics, like stuff like that cannot be replicated in lower elos, not even in Masters is that replicated. That's a pick, and that's the aggression that he's playing with, right? And that's what I sometimes bring up when I'm private coaching, when people, you know, oh, but I watched, and they will like send me a Twitch clip of a streamer doing something like that, and ask why he's doing that. And really because, one, he's streaming, and two, he's doing whatever he thinks he can do mechanically. He has far more control than something a lower elo player does. I hope this video does help, or at least clarify some kind of stuff. Would you like to see more stuff like that? You kind of understand. I tried to kind of explain this in the way that in a way that hopefully was understandable. So again, a like on the video helps quite a lot. As always, guys, please take care, stay positive. I love you guys very much. As always, my name is Joe, and you guys keep the enemy in your crosshairs.